Hey guys, zoidbergenstein here with a series of videos chronicling NUC's journey from brand new World of Tanks team all the way to as far through the WGLNA as we can make it. In this video, we're going to examine how we play against Top Tier on Prokhorovka in the St. Paddy's Day Cup. In this St. Paddy's Day Cup group stage, we had a really rough group with notable teams such as Simplite, Section 8, Zoo Station, and Top Tier like you're about to see. Using this strategy, we were able to come out ahead and win that group. You can see that we're running two 5100s, a Pershing, and two 1390s, and we're going up against a Pershing, three 1390s, and a WZ. They will have early engagement on us with that WZ, who has shots almost instantly, against our autoloaders, who aren't going to have shots for 40 to 48 seconds. That's okay. We have a lot more firepower, so as long as we cannot give up initial damage, we do feel like we have a slight advantage in the overall brawl of this map. Now, because we are running two 5100s as opposed to those extra light tanks, we are a little bit slower and less maneuverable, so we need to try and force them into us. Our lack of early shots also allows Top Tier to get these early scouts. They know that we don't have any way to punish them outside of that Pershing, so they're going to crest that ridge and try and figure out where we are. Now, it's very important for us to stay hidden. We want those 5100s to not be spotted so that if Top Tier pushes, we're going to get early shots on them and they're not going to know where we are. If we can keep these 5100s hidden, there's a very good chance that if they push us, we're going to get early damage and be able to win this brawl. Now, we've pushed our T1 up the west side so that we can get this spot and we don't get surprised by these 1390s. They take him down, but with our two 5100s set up, we're going to be able to burn both these 1390s down very quickly. We end up trading one Tier 1 and a little 5100 damage for two 1390s, which is a huge advantage for us in the rest of this encounter. If you've watched any of my other videos, you've heard me talk about how important it is to get into your second magazine on a 5100. After I've used my 6 rounds killing those 1390s, I need to back out to a position where I can survive and engage again. I'm taking a lot of damage on this retreat, and I probably should have taken a better angle of escape. I do drop that spot and I move out. I've used my repair kit on my gun, so I have to allow that track to heal on its own. Now, we have a very significant advantage here with them losing 2-8s and us only losing one Tier 1. We're going to start playing a little bit differently. We really need to make sure that we don't allow them to get damage on us, and we actually do a fairly bad job here. If not for this early advantage, Top Tier probably would have come back and taken us. I see that shot, I'd love to take it, but I don't have the ammo, and then I see a Tier 1 coming to spot us. It's very important that we get that Tier 1 before he gets the spot, or we have to move into little ravines so that we can't be hit. I do get that kill, and now we're going to move back into our engagement phase. What we should do here is hard engage with 5 tanks up. Because they only have 2 Tier 8s and we have 5, if we push them hard, we will be able to win that engagement and burn them down easily. Instead, because we're a little unsure of ourselves, still being new to World of Tanks and knowing that we're going up against a very strong team that we feel is better than us, we end up going for cap. Now, if this was a first-person shooter where we feel confident, where we feel like we can win any engagement we get into, we absolutely would have gone aggressive here. And in the future playing World of Tanks, that is absolutely what we need to do instead of what you're going to see us do. As we push up, it's very important that we don't take damage here. We have advantage, we don't want to lose it. So when I pull up to this position and I stop to try and line up turret shots on the Pershing, it is exactly the opposite of what I should be doing. At this distance in a 5100, it's very unlikely that I'm going to hit his command hatch. It's very unlikely that I'm going to penetrate his turret. So I've got almost no benefit to stopping to take this shot, and I end up receiving one instead. That's going to take me down from 525 hit points to 280, which is one-shot range. Really bad decision on my part. Now, I move down into this depression. I should stop here where I can't be hit. Instead, I try to move to the next one and I take one more hit. I get very lucky that it rolls a little bit low and I don't die here, but really bad move on my part. Looking at the map, we have entire map control of the west, they have control of the east. Now, the west has better cover and it's got both flags, so we're okay with this trade-off at this point. We're going to get on cap and either cap out or make them come to us. We do make one more blunder here and we don't keep spots on the tanks that we need to. They're going to move down south to the J line and get spots on us there while their tank from the EF line takes shots on us. They've also pushed their Tier 1 back to A line to contest our cap. We do have a T1 back there guarding it, so we're going to assume that our Tier 1 can beat their Tier 1 since theirs has to push into ours. We set up for a defensive position, try and line up these tanks, and we're going to try and get a little bit of damage out, but we lose that spot. And this is where you're going to start to see us mess up a little bit. They're going to be able to get spots with their Persian and shoot with their 1390. That's really the best way they could possibly do it and their best chance of coming back into this. You see the Persian peek up, he gets spots, their 1390 takes down our T1. We don't even see that 1390 as he peeks. Really, really great job on their part capitalizing on what we do. Now we do get that spot on the 1390. I'm going to try and line him up. As he moves, I have to fire early and I don't get him. But he's put out even more damage on our other tank on cap and we're down one tank. So they're really getting close to clawing their way back into this. I take a couple shots and miss. So now we don't even have that much damage from my 5100 to come out, and we're going to rely on Sero and Lost to put out more of that damage. And Zuzi in the mid is going to engage that 1390. Now when Zuzi engages the 1390, he has to back off, so we push Lost and Sero over the hill to take on that Persian. With Lost in an autoloader and Sero in an autoloader, that Persian is going to at most get off 2 shots as we push in and destroy him. After we've killed him, I'm going to move on to cap and I'm going to hide behind that rubble. The reason we do that is to make the 1390 come onto our side of hill to engage us. Once we get him over here, we should have plenty of tanks that can help burn him down, and if he doesn't come over, we're going to win because they've only got one tank to get on cap, so we're guaranteed to win unless he kills us out. Now, Top Tier has played so well this second half, we're actually still a little concerned. We know there's almost no chance of that 1390 coming back and winning this round, but we don't want to take any chances. We park Sero directly behind me so that we speed up this cap and are going to force him to drive past me to get to Sero's tank. Now, because I have the bulk of the cap, when Lost gets on cap, he's going to block me. We're all going to be looking at this 1390 as Zuzi keeps him engaged for as long as possible. I end up missing that first shot, there's a rock in my way on the second shot, and we are going to end up winning this with a kill by Zuzi. Even if Zuzi doesn't get that kill, we are going to get the cap. There's almost no way for him to do it, and we get a win against Top Tier, one of the best teams in WGLNA Gold League. This match is a perfect example of how a strong opener can set you up for the rest of the match. We got outplayed towards the end of this, but because we were able to burn those two 1390s down early, we had such a huge advantage going into the rest of the match that we were still able to get this win. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube and follow me on Twitter at zoidbergenstein. And if you feel like watching us scrim and practice for our matches live, you can tune into www.twitch.tv/Sero. That's SERH0. I will see you guys in the next video.